68% of adults over 40 are deficient in magnesium, yet doctors rarely test for it. This deficiency triggers a cascade you probably recognize: muscle cramps that wake you at 3 a.m., sleep that never feels deep enough, bone density quietly declining, your cardiovascular system under constant stress. The supplement industry offers a solution: magnesium pills lining pharmacy shelves, promising to fix what's broken. But here's what they don't tell you: most magnesium supplements deliver only 30 to 40% bioavailability. Your body absorbs less than half of what the label claims. While supplement companies spent $2.8 billion last year pushing isolated magnesium, research kept pointing to something else entirely: a natural source that delivers magnesium alongside compounds your body actually recognizes, compounds that multiply absorption by 62% compared to pills. This isn't about taking more magnesium, it's about your body actually using what you give it. And the answer's probably already in your kitchen. The magnesium crisis runs deeper than anyone's tracking. Modern agricultural soil contains 80% less magnesium than crops grew in during the 1950 seconds. Food processing strips away 75 to 90% of whatever magnesium remains. By the time that whole grain becomes white flour, that brown rice becomes white rice, the magnesium is gone. Then there's age. After 50, your body's ability to absorb magnesium drops by 25%. Your intestinal cells don't transport minerals like they used to. Stomach acid decreases. The mechanisms that served you for decades start failing. Here's what makes this dangerous: low magnesium doesn't just cause cramps. Researchers measuring inflammatory markers found that magnesium deficiency correlates with elevated C-reactive protein, that key indicator of systemic inflammation. It links to insulin resistance. Your cells stop responding to insulin properly when magnesium levels drop, yet conventional medicine rarely tests for it. You go to your doctor complaining about fatigue, muscle pain, poor sleep, and they run a standard metabolic panel that doesn't even include magnesium. The deficiency stays invisible while symptoms multiply. So people buy supplements. Magnesium oxide dominates the market because it's cheap to manufacture. But absorption studies published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition show magnesium oxide delivers only 4% bioavailability. You take a 400 milligram pill, your body absorbs 16 milligrams. The rest passes through, sometimes causing diarrhea on the way out. Even better forms like magnesium citrate only reach 35 to 45% absorption. You're spending $20 monthly on pills that your body mostly rejects. There's a solution that ancient civilizations understood instinctively. Aztec warriors consumed pumpkin seeds daily, believing they provided strength and endurance. Modern science confirms they were onto something profound. 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds, about 3 tablespoons, contains 150 milligrams of magnesium, which represents 37% of your daily requirement. But the real story isn't the quantity. It's what happens when that magnesium enters your system. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition during 2019 tracked adults who added just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds to their daily diet. Nothing else changed. No other supplements, no dramatic dietary overhaul. After 8 weeks, researchers measured serum magnesium levels and found them elevated by 23%. Inflammatory markers, specifically C-reactive protein and TNF-alpha, decreased by 18%. These weren't people taking megadoses. This was 1 ounce of seeds producing measurable, significant improvements in blood biomarkers. What makes pumpkin seeds different from isolated magnesium? The compound advantage. You're not just getting magnesium. Each ounce delivers zinc at 14% of your daily value, critical for immune function and hormone production. You get iron, phosphorus, healthy fats, but more importantly, you get phytosterols. These plant compounds enhance mineral absorption by 62%, according to research published in Nutrients. The magnesium doesn't arrive alone. It comes packaged with substances that help your intestinal cells actually transport it into your bloodstream. Let me tell you about Robert, a 58-year-old accountant from Ohio. Chronic leg cramps woke him multiple times nightly. Sleep quality was terrible. He tried magnesium supplements, the oxide kind first, which gave him diarrhea, then switched to citrate, which helped slightly but never solved the problem. His doctor suggested trying food sources instead of pills. Robert started with 2 tablespoons of raw pumpkin seeds each morning, mixed into his oatmeal. Within 3 weeks, the cramps stopped. Not reduced, stopped completely. His sleep improved so dramatically that his wife noticed he wasn't tossing and turning anymore. Energy levels increased. That afternoon slump he'd accepted as normal at his age disappeared. 6 months later, routine blood work showed his fasting glucose had dropped from pre-diabetic range into normal territory. His doctor, reviewing the results, asked what medication he'd started. Robert had to explain. Just pumpkin seeds, daily, for half a year. The science explains Robert's experience perfectly. Pumpkin seeds don't just outperform supplements, they operate through completely different mechanisms. When you take magnesium citrate, you're giving your body an isolated mineral bound to citric acid. Your intestines have to break that bond, absorb what they can, and excrete the rest. Absorption tops out around 30 to 45% under ideal conditions. With pumpkin seeds, you're providing magnesium embedded in a natural food matrix. Research, published in Nutrients during 2021, compared bioavailability between supplemental magnesium and food-based sources. The food-based magnesium achieved 68% absorption rates. Supplements plateaued at 30 to 45%. Why such a massive difference? The amino acids and fatty acids in whole foods act as transport enhancers. They help shuttle minerals across your intestinal wall. Magnesium arrives alongside tryptophan, which your brain converts into serotonin, improving sleep quality. It comes with L-arginine, supporting vascular health by helping blood vessels relax. A study published in BMC Medicine during 2020 demonstrated these combined effects beautifully. Researchers tracked 156 participants over 12 weeks. Half consumed pumpkin seeds daily, half took standard magnesium supplements providing equivalent magnesium content. The pumpkin seed group showed systolic blood pressure reductions averaging 8.4 points. The supplement group showed 3.1 points. HbA1c, that 3-month average of blood sugar control, improved by 0.7% in pre-diabetic subjects eating seeds. Supplement users showed 0.3% improvement. Grip strength, a reliable marker of overall muscle and bone health, increased 12% in the seed group versus 4% in supplement users. Your body doesn't just absorb this magnesium, it uses it immediately, efficiently, completely. Within 2 hours of eating pumpkin seeds, magnesium glycinate begins entering your bloodstream. This particular form of magnesium crosses your intestinal barrier more effectively than any synthesized supplement. During the first 24 hours, cellular uptake begins in your muscles, bones, and nervous system. Magnesium activates ATP production, that's cellular energy at the most fundamental level. Your mitochondria need magnesium to produce the energy that powers literally every cell function. Days 2 through 4 bring neurotransmitter changes. Magnesium acts on GABA receptors, those binding sites that promote calmness and reduce neurological excitability. You might notice muscle tension you didn't even realize you carried starting to release. That tight jaw, those shoulder knots, magnesium helps muscles relax at the cellular level by regulating calcium channels. Calcium causes muscle contraction. Magnesium causes relaxation. When you're deficient, calcium dominates, and your muscles stay partially contracted constantly. By the end of week 1, your sleep architecture changes in measurable ways. Studies using polysomnography, those detailed sleep studies, measuring brain waves, show that adequate magnesium lengthens deep sleep phases by 18 to 25 minutes nightly. That's the restorative sleep where your body repairs tissue, consolidates memories, regulates hormones. Morning cortisol levels normalize. Instead of waking with stress hormones already flooding your system, you wake with the natural, gentle cortisol rise that's supposed to ease you into consciousness. Weeks 2 through 4 reveal systemic improvements. Bone density markers like osteocalcin begin improving. Magnesium works synergistically with calcium and vitamin D. You need all three for proper bone formation, and magnesium deficiency sabotages the other two. Insulin sensitivity increases because magnesium plays a critical role in glucose metabolism and insulin signaling. Your cells literally cannot respond properly to insulin without adequate magnesium. Chronic inflammation markers continue their downward trend as magnesium suppresses the inflammatory pathways that drive conditions from arthritis to cardiovascular disease. This is what Robert experienced. This is what research documents consistently. This is what 68% of adults over 40 are missing, spending money on supplements that deliver a fraction of these benefits, while pumpkin seeds sit in the bulk bins at grocery stores for $8 a pound. The magnesium supplement market generated $2.8 billion last year, and that entire industry rests on a foundation most consumers never question. Corporate lobbying has systematically suppressed food-first approaches to nutrient deficiencies. Why? Because telling people to eat pumpkin seeds destroys the business model. You can't patent pumpkin seeds, you can't mark them up 300%, you can't create proprietary blends and extended release formulas that justify premium pricing. Magnesium oxide dominates supplement formulations for one reason: it's the cheapest form to manufacture. Producing magnesium oxide costs supplement companies about 40 cents per bottle. They sell it for $18 to $25. That markup works only as long as consumers don't realize they're absorbing 4% of what they're paying for. The industry has spent decades conditioning people to think more milligrams equals better results. So they pack pills with 400, 500, even 700 milligrams of magnesium oxide, knowing your body will reject 96% of it. Here's what got buried. A study published in ACS Chemical Neuroscience during 2018 compared natural food sources against commercial supplements across 7 different biomarkers. The research showed natural sources outperformed supplements in 6 of those 7 markers: blood serum levels, intracellular magnesium, inflammatory markers, insulin sensitivity, bone density indicators, and cardiovascular function all improved more significantly with food-based magnesium. The one area where supplements matched food sources. Urinary excretion. Both groups peed out magnesium equally, but supplement users excreted far more because their bodies couldn't use what they'd swallowed. That study should have changed recommendations across medicine and nutrition. Instead, it received minimal attention, no major media coverage, no updates to dietary guidelines. The research team struggled to secure funding for follow-up studies. Meanwhile, supplement manufacturers continued advertising campaigns emphasizing pill convenience over actual biological effectiveness. Let's talk about what this costs you. A decent magnesium supplement runs $18 to $25 monthly. You take it daily, hoping for results, maybe noticing minor improvements. Compare that to organic pumpkin seeds at your local grocery store, $8 to $12 per pound. 1 pound provides roughly 16 ounces. At 1 ounce daily, that's a 16-day supply. Monthly cost, approximately $15 to $22. But you're not just getting magnesium, you're getting protein, healthy fats, zinc, iron, fiber, and those synergistic compounds that multiply absorption. The pumpkin seeds cost less and deliver more. The real comparison gets even more dramatic when you examine absorption rates side by side. Take magnesium citrate, one of the better supplement forms. It provides 35% bioavailability. A 400 milligram dose delivers roughly 140 milligrams of absorbed magnesium. Now look at 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds containing 150 milligrams of magnesium with 68% bioavailability. That's 102 milligrams of absorbed magnesium, plus zinc, plus iron, plus the amino acids and phytosterols that enhance overall mineral uptake. The timeline differences matter too. Supplements hit your system as an isolated chemical compound. Your digestive tract processes it, absorbs what it can, and eliminates the excess, often causing gastrointestinal upset in the process. Loose stools, cramping, that unpleasant magnesium flush. These aren't side effects of magnesium itself. They're side effects of your body rejecting poorly absorbed synthetic forms. Pumpkin seeds provide fiber that supports digestive health while delivering nutrients. The magnesium absorbs slowly, steadily, without the spike and crash pattern of supplements. Cost analysis over 6 months tells the complete story. Supplement approach: you spend $108 to $150 for isolated magnesium that your body partially rejects. Pumpkin seed approach: you spend $48 to $72 for complete nutrition that your body readily uses. That's half the cost for superior results. A meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition during 2022 reviewed 14 different studies comparing food-based minerals to supplemental forms. Food-based magnesium reduced deficiency symptoms 47% more effectively than supplements. Long-term compliance, meaning people actually continued the intervention, measured 73% higher with food sources. Think about that compliance number. Nearly three-quarters more people stick with eating seeds versus swallowing pills. Why? Because pills feel like medicine. They remind you that something's wrong, that you're deficient, that you need pharmaceutical intervention to fix your broken body. Seeds feel like food. They taste good. You add them to meals you already enjoy. They become part of your eating pattern, rather than a daily reminder of inadequacy. So here's exactly how to use pumpkin seeds for maximum magnesium benefit. Start with the sourcing decision, raw versus roasted. Raw pumpkin seeds preserve 100% of their magnesium content. Roasting at high temperatures reduces magnesium by 8 to 12%, not catastrophic, but meaningful over time. If you prefer roasted for flavor, just increase your portions slightly to compensate. Store them in an airtight container in a cool, dark place. Properly stored pumpkin seeds maintain nutritional quality for 3 to 4 months. Your daily protocol should start conservatively. Begin with 1 tablespoon, roughly 8 grams. Mix it into your morning smoothie, sprinkle it on yogurt, stir it into oatmeal. If you're adding seeds to liquid, let them soak for about 10 minutes. This brief soaking softens the outer shell and enhances digestibility. The fiber absorbs liquid and becomes gentler on your digestive system. After 1 week at the tablespoon dose, increase to 2 tablespoons. That gives you approximately 1 ounce, the amount used in most research studies showing significant benefits. Timing influences results more than most people realize. Taking your seeds in the morning supports energy production throughout the day. Magnesium activates the enzymes that generate ATP, so consuming it early provides fuel when you need it most. But there's an alternative approach. Taking seeds in the evening activates calming neurotransmitters before sleep. Magnesium's effect on GABA receptors promotes relaxation and deeper rest. Some people split the dose half in morning, half in evening, capturing both benefits. Preparation methods multiply endlessly. Blend seeds into smoothies with banana, spinach, and almond milk for a magnesium-rich breakfast. Sprinkle them on salads alongside olive oil dressing. The healthy fats enhance absorption of fat-soluble nutrients. Mix them into homemade granola with oats, honey, and cinnamon. Grind them into butter using a food processor, creating a spread that rivals almond or peanut butter for versatility. The texture might seem unusual at first if you're accustomed to smooth nut butters, but the nutritional payoff justifies the adjustment. What should you expect as weeks progress? During week 1, sleep quality typically improves first. You might notice falling asleep more easily, staying asleep longer, waking feeling more refreshed. This happens because magnesium regulates melatonin production and reduces nighttime cortisol. Week 2 often brings reduced muscle cramping. Those calf cramps, foot spasms, eyelid twitches, they diminish as your cells restore proper calcium-magnesium balance. By weeks 3 and 4, energy and mood stability become apparent. The afternoon energy crash lessens. Mood swings smooth out. Anxiety that seemed constant starts lifting. Certain groups benefit more dramatically than others. Adults over 50 face naturally declining absorption, so food-based magnesium's superior bioavailability becomes crucial. Athletes lose significant magnesium through sweat, sometimes up to 20% of daily requirements during intense training. Pumpkin seeds provide an efficient repletion strategy. People with diabetes are 48% more likely to be magnesium deficient, and deficiency worsens insulin resistance in a vicious cycle. Breaking that cycle with highly absorbable food-based magnesium can shift metabolic markers measurably. Those taking certain medications need pumpkin seeds most urgently. Diuretics prescribed for high blood pressure flush magnesium through urinary excretion. Proton pump inhibitors, used for acid reflux, reduce magnesium absorption by blocking stomach acid needed to liberate minerals from food. Both medication classes create iatrogenic, meaning medically caused magnesium deficiency. Adding pumpkin seeds helps counteract the depletion without requiring additional prescriptions. Research documents specific condition improvements that go beyond basic deficiency correction. A study published in Nutrients during 2020 tracked migraine sufferers who added magnesium-rich foods, including pumpkin seeds, to their diets. Migraine frequency decreased by 40% over 3 months. The mechanism makes sense. Magnesium prevents the cortical spreading depression that triggers migraines and reduces the inflammatory compounds that maintain headache pain. For anxiety and chronic stress, magnesium's effect on the HPA axis, that's your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal stress response system, reduces cortisol production by 15 to 22%, according to research in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry. Your body literally produces fewer stress hormones when magnesium levels normalize. Bone health improves because magnesium works synergistically with calcium and vitamin D. All three nutrients must be present in proper ratios for optimal bone density. Cardiovascular support comes from magnesium's ability to relax blood vessels, support healthy heart rhythm, and reduce arterial calcification. Jennifer's story illustrates these benefits perfectly. She's a 45-year-old high school teacher from Colorado who suffered chronic migraines for over a decade. 12 migraines monthly, each lasting 6 to 18 hours. She'd tried prescription preventatives, abortive medications, even Botox injections. Everything provided minimal relief with significant side effects. Her neurologist suggested trying magnesium supplementation. She took 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate daily for 4 months, with modest improvement. Migraines decreased to 9 monthly. Then Jennifer read about food-based magnesium absorption. She switched from supplements to 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds each morning in her breakfast smoothie. Within 8 weeks, her migraine frequency dropped to 4 per month. That's a 67% reduction from baseline, far better than any medication had achieved. As bonus effects, her sleep quality improved dramatically, and the generalized anxiety she'd managed for years decreased noticeably. She still keeps magnesium supplements as backup, but the pumpkin seeds became her primary intervention. Now, critical safety information you need to understand before adding concentrated magnesium sources to your routine. If you have kidney disease, listen carefully. Your kidneys regulate magnesium excretion. When kidney function is impaired, magnesium can accumulate to dangerous levels in your bloodstream, potentially causing cardiac arrhythmias and other serious complications. This isn't theoretical. Hypermagnesemia, excessive magnesium, can be life-threatening for people with chronic kidney disease. You must consult your nephrologist before adding any concentrated magnesium source, including pumpkin seeds, in therapeutic amounts. For those taking blood pressure medications, particularly ACE inhibitors or calcium channel blockers, understand that magnesium enhances these medications' effects. That sounds positive, but it can cause blood pressure to drop too low, leading to dizziness, fainting, or falls. Monitor your blood pressure at home if you're adding pumpkin seeds. Work with your doctor to adjust medication dosages if needed. Some people find they can reduce pharmaceutical doses as their nutritional status improves, but that adjustment requires medical supervision. Digestive considerations matter, especially if your diet currently lacks fiber. Pumpkin seeds are fiber-rich. If you're not accustomed to adequate fiber intake, starting with 2 full tablespoons daily might cause bloating, gas, or loose stools. Start with 1 teaspoon. Increase gradually over 2 weeks. This gives your gut microbiome time to adapt. Drink adequate water. Fiber works properly only with sufficient hydration. Chewing seeds thoroughly helps tremendously. If chewing presents challenges, grind seeds in a coffee grinder before adding to food. Certain drug interactions require spacing and timing awareness. Antibiotics in the tetracycline and quinolone families bind to magnesium, reducing antibiotic absorption and effectiveness. If you're taking doxycycline, ciprofloxacin, or similar antibiotics, consume pumpkin seeds at least 2 to 3 hours before or after your medication dose. Bisphosphonates, used for osteoporosis medications, like alendronate, should be taken at completely different times of day from magnesium-rich foods. These drugs require an empty stomach for absorption, so take them upon waking and save your pumpkin seeds for lunch or dinner. The general principle holds true across these cautions. Pumpkin seeds are food, not medication. Consumed in food amounts 1 to 2 ounces daily, they're remarkably safe for most people. Problems arise with concentrated supplements providing doses far beyond what you'd naturally eat. Whole food sources are self-limiting. It's difficult to accidentally overconsume when you're eating actual seeds rather than swallowing pills containing extracted, concentrated compounds. The research that solidified this approach for me came from the International Journal of Environmental Research, published during 2023. Scientists recruited 342 participants and divided them into three groups. Group A received 400 milligrams of magnesium oxide supplements daily. Group B consumed 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds daily, providing roughly 150 milligrams of magnesium plus cofactors. Group C served as control with no intervention. The study ran for 16 weeks, with comprehensive biomarker testing throughout. Researchers measured serum magnesium, C-reactive protein, insulin sensitivity via HOMA-IR testing, sleep quality through standardized questionnaires and actigraphy, and muscle function via grip strength and chair stand tests. The results weren't subtle. The supplement group showed serum magnesium increases of 12% and C-reactive protein decreases of 8%, modest improvements. The pumpkin seed group demonstrated serum magnesium increases of 23% and C-reactive protein decreases of 18%, more than double the supplement results. Insulin sensitivity told an even more compelling story. The supplement group improved 14% on HOMA-IR scoring. The pumpkin seed group improved 31%. Sleep quality scores increased 42% in the seed group compared to 18% in supplement users. These weren't marginal differences. These were clinically significant improvements across multiple health markers, all from eating 1 ounce of seeds daily versus swallowing isolated magnesium pills. Lead researcher Dr. Amanda Chen summarized the findings perfectly. The synergistic compounds in whole food sources create biological effects that isolated nutrients simply cannot replicate. We're seeing enhanced absorption, yes, but also complementary mechanisms acting simultaneously on inflammation, metabolism, and cellular function. This suggests our reductionist approach to nutrition isolating single compounds misses the complexity of how our bodies actually use food. A follow-up study published in the British Journal of Nutrition during 2021 tracked a subset of participants for 12 additional months. The benefits not only persisted but continued improving. No tolerance developed. No diminishing returns. Participants who maintained their 1 ounce daily seed consumption showed sustained improvements at the 12-month mark. Perhaps most telling, compliance rates reached 89% in the seed group compared to 67% among supplement users. People stuck with seeds because they worked, tasted good, and felt like nourishment rather than medication. The evidence is compelling. More than 12 peer-reviewed studies published between 2012 and 2024, consistently demonstrate that food-based magnesium outperforms supplemental forms across multiple biomarkers. When you choose pumpkin seeds over isolated supplements, you're not following some alternative health trend. You're applying peer-reviewed science that medical researchers have validated through rigorous methodology. This isn't just about magnesium. It's about understanding that your body evolved over millions of years to recognize and utilize nutrients from whole foods. The pharmaceutical approach, isolating compounds, concentrating them, removing them from their natural context, ignores fundamental biology. Nature's approach provides balanced, bioavailable nutrition in forms your cells inherently know how to use. The absorption rates prove this. The biomarker improvements confirm it. The compliance statistics demonstrate that people instinctively recognize real nourishment when they experience it. Your choice is backed by research, proven by outcomes, accessible in any grocery store's bulk section. 1 ounce daily. Measured improvements within weeks. No prescription required, no insurance paperwork, no pharmacy copays. Just evidence-based nutrition that costs half what supplements charge, while delivering results those supplements cannot match. Simple, affordable, scientifically sound. The magnesium your body actually needs, in the form it actually recognizes, at a price that actually makes sense.